What's going on, Brash Garage? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got some more parts to install on the Civic, and I was just testing it out before I started the video. I got this battery stay and it's too big for the Civic, but it fits the Accord, and the Accord just so happens to need it too. Then we got a K&N filter, finally, to replace that blue one. And since we're taking away the blue today, we can finally put on our Denso black plug wires and hopefully get this Edelbrock little breather on the valve cover. So now we don't need to run that hose to the intake. Nice little carbon intake. We don't want that getting all greased up. So without further ado, let's take those and put them on here. First things first, boys, I'm gonna go ahead and take the carbon intake off so we can put the K&N filter on it. Then I'm gonna remove the valley cover so we can put the black plug wires on. Then we'll fire it up, make sure everything runs good with the new plug wires, and we'll go from there. So first things first, let's rip this intake off yet again. So now that I have the valley cover off and the intake out, we can go ahead, get these plug wires in the car with the valley cover back on, and take off the filter and finally replace it for a nice K&N one. And I hope it's the right size. This is a 4.5 inch inlet. Should be the exact same as this. So let's put this on this and... Time to see if I bought the right size filter. Here's to hoping. I couldn't find any of these in town either. I had to order it, so it does appear to be the same size. The filter itself is a little bit smaller, but it does appear as though it is the same size. And we have done it, and y'all, that looks so much better with a K&N filter on than that dumbass blue filter. This thing actually looks sick now, way better. Gonna fit the look of the car with the red valve cover way more than that blue filter. So let's get this back installed and move on to the plug wires. And on second thought, I'm gonna do the plug wires first, just because it gives me a little bit of extra room. So let's open those up and let's get going. Oh boy. Silicone dielectric compound. Okay, we're just gonna put a little dollop of this on each one of these ends, just like that. Then we're gonna come over to the car, and the shortest one is gonna be this hole back here. Let's take this off, follow it, trace it all the way back, and then pop them in, pop them out, just like that. We're good. We also got these spark plug holders. These little clips, which are actually super handy. They just make life a lot easier when you're working on shit like this. Keep everything tidy and out of the way. So this one is the shortest one. We're gonna pull it out of the distributor. Looks new too. Swivel these out of the way. Pop this. Yep, should be alright. Oh wait. I don't think these fit. Oh, these don't really fit. So, problem we're running into is the boot. This boot isn't nearly as big as this one. So it doesn't wrap, you see how much the size difference there? So this doesn't wrap around the actual hole the spark plug goes into. I'm just a little bit worried about debris, and just due to a color difference, I'm not stoked on that. So I'm gonna leave the blue ones in because there's nothing wrong with them, but that kind of sucks that I didn't notice that. This is far out of its return period. I've had this for months now and just haven't gotten around to doing it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put these back in the box. Wah, wah, wah. Big fail on that. We still have blue plug wires. So kind of a bummer, boys. The part number on this and everything says it'll fit, but be wary if you buy the Denso ones with this part number. The boot up top is not big enough to at least fit over a B16A3 as this one is, So stick with the NGK ones. Unfortunately, I don't think they come in black, so it is what it is. But just due to that fact, I'm not going to be needing these. So if anyone wants them, just come take them. I'm going to put the valley cover back on, slap the intake back on, and actually I'm going to put that filter on. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out if I can't use this to plug this hole, because the only reason I've never used this little breather off the valve cover is because I have nothing to plug this hole with. So I figure if I use this double-ended barb fitting, stick it in there and then cap it on the other side, that should be just good enough. But I still got to figure out how to do that and if I have anything big enough to cap this off. Boys, I found my freaking strut bar. I don't know if I want to run it because it's purple and ghetto and what I used to run, but I found my strut bar. Let's install all this back. Okay boys, so intake is on. As you guys know, we didn't get to the plug wires because the caps didn't fit over the tube. So we got the valley cover back on, intake back on, and we don't have the little breather filter just because I couldn't find anything I have available at the shop right now to plug this hole. So I have to go get something to plug that hole into the carbon intake, so then I can put the little breather filter on this right beside the nice level 7 vented catch can, and that thing is super solid in place even with just the one screw, because this is kind of forcing it over into this like welded on frame rail stay for the line for the slave cylinder. So this is completely solid. It's not rubbing on anything. Everything has play and flex, but this K&N filter looks so much better. I just wish so badly that that blue was gone. But what you can do is actually get fire sleeve to go over things in the engine bay in different size. So I might get a little bit of fire sleeve and just fire sleeve those. I mean, it's another added layer of protection. I don't really think spark plug wires are known for catching on fire, but it'll make them black, and it's just another thing that, you know, is a little bit less risky. So let's get a little bit of cinematic B-roll of this. We really got to get rid of this purple and see what it looks like. Okay, and that's about everything that I got for you. The battery stay that I bought for this car doesn't fit. The battery in this car is too small, even though I bought the small car, the smallest of sizes that battery stay had. But it does fit on the Accord, and for whatever reason, the Accord didn't come with a battery stay either. I don't know why every single Honda I buy doesn't have a battery stay, but it seems to be like a trend. But man, this bay is looking so good. Crazy, I love it. Well, one of 3 things got done today on the Civic. Sometimes that's just how it goes. My $15 battery stay that I bought off Amazon that said it was for a small car doesn't fit this. Doesn't even come close to fitting. Even when you take it out, like, you'd have to bend it, and I just don't feel like doing that. But it doesn't fit at all for the Civic. The black plug wires didn't fit. Been sitting on them for months. Wish I would have tested them so I could have returned it, but they don't fit. But what we did get done, and arguably the most important, is a beautiful K&N filter on our carbon intake. That blue stands out and the purple stands out a lot. Those are definitely going to black. I just have a hard time spending $150 for little itty bitty washers and nuts to make those black. But other than that, we're gonna figure out if NGK, the ones that properly fit, come in black, because if they do, I'll order that. You take that yellow sticker off, but K&N intake filter looks way better than that blue thing it came with. It looks really proper now. The black stays. It's slowly coming together. And I am gonna go ahead and solder the wideband into the ECU. Those T-tap those T-tap connectors I was using don't work. It's come disconnected 3 times now. When that happens, the car doesn't run because the car needs to read oxygen, air to fuel ratios to run properly. So when it comes disconnected, it won't start, or it just kills itself if it is running. And that's a huge pain in the ass. I hate those T-taps. They're very temporary. So I'm gonna get those 4 wires soldered into the ECU very quickly here. And then it's time to just daily this thing. I still need to get the DC Sports front and rear strut bars for it, raise up the ride height just a tad, and take a smidge of camber out of the rear. But aside from that, this car is ready to rip. A couple more color changes coming for the engine bay. So if any of that entices you guys, comment, like, and subscribe. We'll be back next week for more. And until then, baby, peace out.